Just really neat. Hey, do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let's go. I'm good at this. Hey everybody, Drew here in the office. It's an awesome day. Had over $500 in sales, so that is fun. And also mostly easy packers. A couple big items, but whatever. $500 plus in a day. I don't care how much time it takes me to pack. That's a great day. First up is someone bought 5 of the Smokey the Bear classroom posters with the different nature things on them. I'm not gonna pull them all individually, but I'll post them all up so you can see what they are because they're already wrapped up anyways. I'm actually going to, this is the one drawback of pre-packaging anything. I'm actually gonna take them all out, wrap them together, put them in one poster tube, and refund them some of their shipping. Two of them were free shipping because they were, more of a popular one that, by popular, I mean there was more available. Some of the ones I had were the only ones available, and I'll refund them some of their shipping. So let's get those pulled first. Please be careful with the something or other. Insects, every living thing, insects. Herbs, eat, drink. Leave a good impression. All right, so I only have 2 of those left. I don't remember which ones are left. Well, actually, let me see if I can figure it out from the name. I have Don't Light Up the Night, which I think is like nocturnal animals, and then Leaping Lizard. I'm guessing lizards. But yeah, I had about 13 of those. I paid $2 for all of them, and I'm not sure what I ended up profiting, but hundreds of dollars. So that one was a big win. And I don't know why, but I got them and I was like, I don't really want to deal with these right now. And I set them aside. That's why my very first video was first year as a full-time reseller, because this was my job before that, and it was my full-time job, but I wasn't putting in the mindset or the full-time. I was putting in the full-time hours, but just not the mindset, just not the either pick it up and list it or throw it away, give it away, sell it on Marketplace. Just moving stuff around and storing stuff. It's just so stupid. Like, if you decided to buy it and you thought it had value to sell it, then list it and sell it. I mean, I had these sitting around for over a month and they were selling quickly, immediately. Now they're almost all gone. Just really, that's a lot of things in life. It's mindset. Next up, we have a puzzle that I listed, new in package, hay, cartoon Eiffel Tower. Took an offer on that, or it was on sale. Listed it high because this specific cartoon from Hay, cartoon classics from Hay, they sell pretty good. And then this one there wasn't one of, so I listed it high and I got $43.25 for that. I paid $4 or $5. I think 4 for that. So that is a really good flip. Picked that up a couple weeks ago. This one sold last week. The guy just hadn't paid till right now. But it's a solid brass belt buckle. Now this is in the old system. So, ooh, yes, I'm lucky on that. Put it right here. Nope, not that one. I got a few of them, but that means it's probably in here. And here we go. It's a welder. Not super fancy. I think this is more newer, but either way, brass belt buckles sell pretty good. Super easy to ship. Throw that in an envelope. Good to go. $20 free shipping on that. It'll cost about $4 to ship. This one is going international. They paid $50 in shipping. They didn't pay me $50. International shipping I do through the eBay global shipping program, which means I ship it to either California or Kentucky. Most go to Kentucky, and then they pay me that dollar value to get it there. Then they pay eBay to ship it from there. So they paid $50. They're probably paying me 20 something out of that. But an Atari 2600 bundle with a game center type thing and a few games. And let me see if I can pick that up. But check it out. Atari Game Center. I thought about keeping this one because I have quite a console game selection, but I said in a previous video, I will never play another Atari game. I love vintage. I love NES, Super Nintendo. I'll play those all day and have a great time. Atari, in my mind, is fun and enjoyable and a part of my childhood, but in reality, it is trash. I will never play another one. And that's the thing, if I would have kept that, it'd be a display piece. It would just sit on a shelf and gather dust and worthless to me. I might as well sell it, take the $74.99 and buy something I actually want with it. Here we go. If you watched the last video, you saw my feelings and what I and my listing of remotes, and it is so far working awesome. Magnavox something whatever, blah blah blah. I'm not even gonna bore you pulling those. It's a remote for a something, Magnavox something or other, $23.99 free shipping. And then I also have a Sharp remote, $9.99 free shipping. So those are starting to go out the door. I only listed them either yesterday or the day before, so that's good for me. Here was one where you'll get offers sometimes and there'll be like a personal note, and it's like you can tell that they're older. That's usually the kind of thing, especially because what they're buying, you can usually tell their age a little bit. And I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for it. And I go, oh, sounds like a sweet person. They said nice things to me. They weren't mean to me. And like a lot of other buyers tend to be. I don't know why people think they can be rude. So I took an offer lower than I normally would, but still $5.99 vintage Pyrex butter dish in the Americana pattern, no lid. And I don't know what's up with Americana pattern right now, but I've been selling a lot of them, like almost one a day. Oh, right here. There we go. Americana butter dish. In my house, we always had like a bunch of these, like to keep your butter in. And I don't think I've ever been in another house that does it. That's going all the way to California. Oh, geez, she paid $15.20 in shipping. That will not even come close to costing that much. This one I've had many offers on, but it's a American Farm Works electric fence. I got this at a rummage sale 2 summers ago, and it looks brand new, but I don't know that it's brand new, so I listed it as used. But as you can see by the cord wrap here, that looks straight off the market. But it's like an electric fence thingy. I don't know, I'm not a farmer, but I think it's to power an electric fence. So like a low, what do they call it? Low impedance output, something or other. I don't know. But they paid $159.99 plus shipping. Now this is a weird one because someone sent me an offer for $100 and I countered with $120, and then it immediately, my eBay app, like seconds later, dings for a sale, and I was like, oh cool, they accepted the offer. And then I look and they paid full price, $159.99. So I'm not sure if it was just coincidence or maybe they pushed the wrong button when they were buying it, because that can happen. There's like a accept offer, buy it now, like the buttons are both there, so you can accidentally not accept the offer and pay for it. So I'm not sure. I'm not going to go through the trouble of checking, but if they say, hey, I made you an offer and I got charged more, I'll refund them. That's fine with me. Here we go. This one's cool. Vintage Panasonic stereo cassette. I'm not going to pull it down right now, but you can see it's this one right here. Really neat looking. I actually repaired this. I had to buy a special screwdriver. There was like a speed adjustment screw for the tape drive, and so I had to buy a special plastic, I don't know, electronics screwdrivers. I did a bunch of research figuring it out, and that seems to be a thing that happens is I find something, I'm like, okay, well, let me tinker, see if I can figure this out. If not, it goes in this pile here of half broken or possibly to fix later electronics. Most likely not going to happen, but I was able to just adjust it a little bit. And how I figured it out, because it was working perfectly fine, but I tested it with what was the cassette? Crisscross, jump around. And that was a very popular song when I was a kid, and I know it very well, so I was almost like bopping along to it, but I'm like, why is my bop slower than it should be? Because it wasn't distorted, but it was just a tick off. And so I got in there with a little screw, boop, got it, good to go. And that sold $63.99 plus shipping. I took an offer on that. Also had another sale, but they haven't paid for it yet, so I'm not going to count that in today. I mean, amazing, over $500 in a day. So I am happy with that. Let me get these packed up and off to the post office. Okay, so I got everything packed up and off to the post office. Just gonna go over a few retail arbitrage things I got to resell on eBay. Retail arbitrage, if you don't know what that is, it's when you buy stuff at a retail store and sell it on another platform like Amazon or eBay or Mercari or any other one. If you do it for Amazon, there is so many things you can purchase from, salsas and seasonings and Q-tips and all kinds of stuff, but you make very little profit. The thing is, you ship it off to Amazon. So if you only make, $1 or $2 each item, it doesn't matter. You just buy it all, send it all off, and then it's a passive income that trickles in. You don't have to do any packing or storing or anything like that. I don't do Amazon, at least currently. I might move out into that, venture into that avenue. Probably start with books. I think that actually looks like something I might try in the near future if I get time. Time is always my biggest hurdle. So for eBay specifically, the only things you're really going to find for retail arbitrage to resell on eBay are when they're on clearance. When things are marked down a lot or mismarked, or just sometimes you just got to have the eye for it. Which I have examples of all of those things here. So first off, and this is one of those things where you just have to have the eye for it. I saw this on a random shelf. It is Garbage Pail Kids 35th anniversary sticker cards. I saw it and I knew from watching Shed Flips that Garbage Pail Kids had some collectability. And then of course, if they're doing an anniversary edition, and then shipping has just been bad. So if the demand goes up, then therefore the price goes up. So I looked it up. I think this was, I can double check. This cost me $10 at Walmart. And I think it was going for about $25, but you'll see it on the screen there. But either way, one of the rules I have with retail arbitrage, worst case scenario, am I okay with keeping it? Because I'm not really okay with selling things at a loss. That's not really my business plan. Of course, tax write-offs and things like that. And so it's not the worst thing to happen, just not great. But if this didn't sell and it ended up in my collection, am I mad? Would it look good right up here? Probably. So I'm okay with that. Something else that fits into that category is this Gremlins figure. I've looked at these 3 or 4 times when I've been in the store. Got a bit of glare on it there. Super cool. This was $30. Neither one of these things were on sale. This is what I'm talking about when you just kind of have to have an eye for things. And collectibles, it's fairly easy. Everything has a barcode, so you flip it over, you scan it, and you see there was 2 versions. This one, they were both $30, but this one was selling for a profit and the other one wasn't selling for a profit. So I picked up this one. Again, if this didn't sell and this awesome figure ended up right there, I'd be okay with that. So I picked this up as well. Just, it was worth the risk to me. Next thing was, like I was saying, if it's on clearance. So there was many things on clearance. I don't do a lot of retail arbitrage because for me, I don't do it often enough, so it's time consuming. So I'm flipping things over, I'm scanning things constantly. And if it was Amazon, those things I was scanning would be just going in the cart. All of them. I would just be checking sales ranks and in the cart. Half time you wouldn't even have to check them because they're very much clearance. A lot of items are they're trying to get them out of the store. Next up, it was on clearance, are Mandalorian sleeping bags, children's size sleeping bags. These were on sale for $5. There was these ones, and then there was an LOL version, the LOL dolls. The LOL ones were not selling. There was 0 sold on eBay. This one they were selling for, oh, it's a guess. You'll see it. I should probably write these things down so that I actually have an accurate one, but you'll see the price there. But it was for a profit. There was 3 of them available. I snagged them all. It's 1 listing. It's 2 pictures tops. I put them on a shelf. It's an easy pack. This will just go in like a vinyl mailer, just a a wrap of some kind. I mean, I could throw it in a garbage bag and throw a label on it. It'll be fine. Just something waterproof. It's not really going to get damaged in shipping. It's a sleeping bag. So there was profit in that. Picked up 3 of those. And the profits, that's the thing with retail arbitrage, is the profits aren't normally great. They're not super high. So when you have limited space like I do, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But when you can get multiples and it's one listing, you know, there's just, you have to weigh your own personal options, which I do. I'll have a cart with 20 things in it, and then if I find something that is better, I'll go back and put 5 or 6 away, because I'm like, well, you know, there's some profit here, but this was a better find. I don't want to deal with those. Now it's not worth my time. When it was only 2 or 3 things I found, they were. So you got to feel it out for yourself, and it's a feeling out process. You don't know how to do that overnight, and it tailors specifically to however you run your business. So that one was okay. And again, worst case scenario, if the boy ended up with a Mandalorian sleeping bag, I think he'd be pretty happy with it. So I got 3 of those. Next thing I got at Walmart was Mr. Pencil's ABC backpacks. These were $7. I think regular $30, and I think they were selling for about $30. And that's what you're kind of going to be looking for, is the discount enough that if you sold it at retail price on eBay, you would make a profit. And that's, whereas Amazon, you send it off, lots of times things are much higher than retail, but I think that's because they ship all over the place in the Amazon 2-day, and it's easier for somebody to order something than to actually go to a store, whereas eBay, you know, that's hit or miss depending on the seller. But there was some decent profit in this, so I picked up 3 of these as well. There was 5 of them or 7, somewhere in that range. I just didn't want all of them. There was about 40 listings and like 10 solds. So that's not a great turnover rate, but they're easy to pack. They'll fit on a shelf. And if I really wanted to, I could put these in my storage unit and just grab them when I need. And these will slip right in one of the largest priority boxes. So I thought that was a pretty good pickup as well. I went to Dollar General and Dollar Tree. I was specifically looking for Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards are in high demand right now, and the supply is very limited. So even the like junky ones at the dollar store where you're not going to find anything worth a bunch of money, they still can't get them anywhere. So people who want them or collect them or play, they still got to get them somewhere, and I would like that to be from me. So that was kind of why I went out in the first place, was to search for some Pokemon cards. But I think there's somebody in my area, maybe a couple people, that they do the rounds and they buy them all. I got lucky before Christmas, and I got some, one second, I'll show you, some Elite Trainer boxes. Just on a whim, I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe Pokemon is going to do okay. And I scanned a couple, and those were selling really good. But what happened to me is I got 4 of them, and one sold almost immediately to a guy in Australia. I shipped it off, and then around the first week of December, somebody bought the other 3, and then they didn't pay for them. So it sat in limbo. I had to go through the whole process, and by the time they were back in my store, I wasn't listing at all because shipping was so messed up. I didn't want people to buy stuff from me because it was gonna show up late. So I just wasn't listing, and I took off some time to be with the family and everything. So then after that, I reassessed, and the price had came back down after Christmas. So what I did is I took mine and I put it high. I didn't want them to sell, because what my plan is with those is there's going to be a reprint eventually. But until that happens, I'm going to open one and see if I have anything worth getting PSA graded, because I want to jump into the PSA grading pool and start. I have a lot of cards and collectibles and things I want to start doing of my own. So I figured that would also be a good way for that. And then I'm just going to keep it above market value until market value stops climbing. And then once it stops climbing, then I'll put it at market value, sell one, and then the other one I might just pull off and hold on till after the reprint, and after the reprint goes up. I don't know, Pokemon, it's one of those things where the bubble could pop any minute, but the trend is up. So I'm jumping in for now. That was quite the tangent, but Pokemon, look into it. It's crazy again. I think crazier than it was when it first came out. But while I was at the Dollar Tree, I happened to notice, this is one of those things where you wouldn't know unless you know. They sell D&D dice, full sets. Now, the only reason I know that these are worth more than $1 is I'm a nerd and I play D&D. And a set of dice, a cheap set's like $9.99. So I picked up both that they had. I figure if I don't keep them, I'll list them or a friend or something. But at the very least, it's profit. I'm going to list these for $9.99. If they don't sell, I'll keep them. I have too many dice already, but it's one of those things where once you have some, you want all of them. But that was all I found. It was an okay trip. All in all, not a ton of profit. I think probably across the board. Actually, you know what? I'll add it all up and I'll put the total right there so that you know. New products. I will have all these listed in, I don't think it's a overestimate to say I'll have all these things listed in 10-15 minutes. It's so easy. Scan the barcode. It's going to be in there. Click on sell like item or something. I think that's what it says, sell like item. You'd think I would know for someone who does this for a living. And then change it if your shipping changes or anything, blah, 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 blah. Fix all your stuff the way you like to do it. Picture front, back. It's new. You don't have to take a bunch of pictures, different angles. People don't care. The collectible, the Gremlin, I'll have to take 5 or 6 photos of that because it's a collectible. People want to know the box itself is actually in good condition. But the dice, I'm taking one picture, one listing. I might do a variation, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just do 2 separate listings because it'll be easy peasy done. But 10-15 minutes, these will be listed. So new stuff, you can have rules and guidelines for your store, but it all depends. It all fluctuates. Like the profit on these, I would question having that much profit on one item if I had to clean it and list it and take a bunch of pictures. It would be hard to pack and all these other things that I'd have to think about. But this stuff, easy. So that's going to be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Let me know what you didn't like. Leave a comment. If you could, share this with your friends. I would like to grow my channel a little bit. I'm enjoying doing this, and be good to each other.